parents, I am here to guide you through the PowerPoint I have set up for you. The first thing you're going to see is the recommended daily schedule. The county is asking us to set up a recommended schedule for you to structure your day around online instruction. We recommend starting your day off with the reading module, then supplementing with iReady reading, giving your students a break, then moving on to the math modules, supplementing with Math iReady. Then you can go ahead and break for lunch and maybe some free time. Then you can go ahead and move on to the science. Notice that every day is structured the same way. Morning with reading, taking a break, moving on to math, and then doing science. Science and social studies is going to alternate. We're going to have 3 days of science, 2 days of social studies. The expectations for digital instruction are as follows. We expect to maintain a rigorous and high quality education from distance for every single student to be able to succeed and grow. The schedule is not mandatory. It is only recommended and highly suggested to keep normalcy. If you decide that you're not going to follow the daily recommended schedule, this is the expectations that you should be able to fulfill with your children at home. Our office hours are going to be from 1 to 4. Now, the reason that I am choosing those hours is because I personally have to work around my children's schedules. My children have a nap time from 1 to 3, so that gives me the time to sit down and actually go through student work and make those connections with more possibility of working with you without distractions. I am available on my phone number, through Class Dojo, or through email. I do plan to video conference with my students once a week on Mondays at 1 p.m. This is going to be optional, and it is going to be more of a social interaction so that we can just check in on each other. We're going to be communicating in 2 ways, obviously through Class Dojo. This is where I'm going to communicate updates, any things that you might need to know as far as announcements. I am also going to be using Big Blue Button, and that is what we're going to use to webcam and FaceTime with students. This is secured by the county and is safe for students to use. I will not be using any other software to video conference with anyone, just Big Blue Button. Instruction is going to take place in 2 places. The very first place is going to be Canvas. This is where students are going to get their reading, their math, social studies, and science modules. Then we're going to move on to iReady that you are very familiar with. This PowerPoint is going to guide you through how to access different parts of digital instruction. First thing is accessing Launchpad from a computer. You have 4 steps to do that. We also have accessing Launchpad from a smartphone or a tablet. And there is quite a few more steps with that because you have to do the download. Through this PowerPoint, you're also going to get instructions on how to access Canvas from your computer. And I will go ahead and guide you through that as soon as we're done with this video. You also can access Canvas from a smartphone or a tablet, which once again, just a few more steps because you have to do a download. And then this is how to access a conference through Canvas. The end of the slide has a couple of tips in order for you to keep your sanity during this time. We're going to go ahead and proceed to going onto Canvas, which is what students will be going into moving forward. We're going to start with our web browser. And once you are in that, you're going to go onto your Launchpad. Students should be very familiar with accessing their Launchpad by now. Once they are here, they're going to look for Canvas OCPS with the red dot. And once they access their Canvas, they should come over to this navigation system and click this little half clock symbol, which is for your dashboard. Once they're on their dashboard, they're going to see 4 courses. Some students might have what we call a color overlay. that kind of gray washes the courses. If you want to get rid of that, you can come over here on the red, these three dots, and just remove color overlay so that you get nice, clear pictures. Now, you would have to access every single course in order to get the content. So we're going to start with reading. And for every single subject, you have options right on here. You can check out your grades for that subject, and you can check out your modules. Your modules are going to be your lessons and assignments that you must complete. I have set up buttons down here as well for you to access your grades and your modules for the day. If we click week 1 modules, we won't have access because I have blocked those until Monday, but we can go ahead and access our practice modules that I have for reading. So we can click the practice module and we can see what a module looks like right here. It's kind of like a list of things that need to be completed, and they must be completed in order. So this module is called Practice Reading Class. We're going to go ahead and get that module started, see what it's about. I get a set of instructions right here at the top. It says, in this online reading class, you will be able to read from your computer. Try it. So students will have to practice by reading this article. And once they are done with it, all the way at the bottom, they get to choose their next button. And then they move on to their next assignment that correlates with that passage. They have to answer a question right here. And with the discussion board, all they have to do is hit reply. And they will be able to type in their answer. What is very neat about this is that students have the ability to modify their answer and kind of customize it in whatever way they'd like. And once they post their reply, it will be visible for the rest of the class. Once they are done, they can hit next. And the module will let you know when you are done with that subject for the day. Now, just because we get to this page does not mean that you are done with all of your instruction. All that means is we can go back onto our dashboard, or we can also access our courses by clicking the book, and we can go into our math course. We have our home page for math, and again, you can check out your grades or your modules, or you can use your buttons. We have a practice module for math as well that you can go ahead and try. On your dashboard, students really have a couple of options. They can move their modules around. There are a couple of different views. They can do the list view that shows them what they have to do, or their recent activities view. I really, really highly recommend students stay on the card view and leave it in an order that resembles their schedule, which is do your reading first, then your math, and then move on to social studies and science. On this side right here, students have a calendar. They're really not going to use it for anything. They also have an inbox. Students can use this, but I highly don't encourage it because I will not be checking it, and I would hate for anyone to send an email through Canvas and for me not to have read it. Studio is for video uploads that we will not be using at this time, and then you can always click the question mark if you need any assistance on here.